So we are analyzing assignment 2 of MMTH 105 mathematics, medical mathematics. And we are number 16, dividing fractions. Find the quotient of. So we're going to demonstrate with an example how to divide fractions. So we're going to generate an example. We can just simply, change that. Let's say, let's change this to a 5. Let's change the 6 to just see an 8. Let's change this to 7.5. Okay. See example. So to find the solution or to find the quotient after you divide, you find a quotient. After you add, you get a sum. Subtract, you get a difference. Multiply, you get a product. Divide, you get a different quotient. Sorry. So to get the quotient here now, we will need it to convert the mix to improper. So the 5 and 1/8, we're going to convert it to an improper fraction by multiplying and adding. 5 times 8 is 40, and 1, that will give us 41. You may remember I saying and this plus 41 over 8 divided by, now we have to convert 7.5 to an improper fraction, multiply and add, multiply the whole number by the denominator. 7 times 2 is 14. 14 plus 1, that will give us 15 over 2. Now, when you divide in fractions, the rule is that you keep the dividend, or you keep the first fraction. You switch division, or you change division to multiplication, and you flip, switch, or you can say you invert the divisor, flip it over. So 15 over 2 becomes 2 over 15. So you technically you're changing a division into a multiplication. Okay, so dividing by 15 over 2 is like multiplying by 2 over 15. If you want to put it that way. Okay, it's like dividing by half is like multiplying by 2. You see, like let's say if you have 15, if you have 10 divided by a half, you're finding how many halves are there in 10. Okay, there are 20 halves in 10, yes? You're dividing 10 by 0.5. Okay, you're dividing 10 by a half. 10 divided by a half is 0.5, will give you 20. So dividing by a half is like multiplying by 2. Okay, that's basically what is going on there. So dividing by 1 over 2 is like dividing 10 by 1 over 2 is like multiplying 10 by 2 over 1. Okay, so when you are dividing fractions, you change and you flip. Okay, dividing by 15 over 2 is the same as multiplying by 2 over 15. Okay, dividing by a quarter is the same as multiplying by 4. So therefore now, with multiplication, now you multiply straight across. However, that was deliberate. I put the 2 there and the 8 there because it's possible to cross simplify before you multiply. 2 can go into 2 once, 2 can go into 8 4 times. So this 41 over 8 can be simplified to 41 over 4 times, but you cannot just simplify one fraction alone. You have to simplify the other, and this simplifies to 1 over 15. Call that cross simplification. We have left the simplification for after you multiply, but you can simplify now. Now it makes it easier. You multiply straight across, numerator by numerator, denominator by denominator, multiply 41 over 4. So that's 41 times 1 over 4 times 15. 41 times 1 is 41. And 4 by 15 is 60. So we have 41 over 60. And it stays that way. It's a proper fraction in the simplest form. So that's how you divide fractions. You keep, you change, and you flip. Because dividing by a fraction is like multiplying by its inverse. Dividing by a quarter is like multiplying by 4. How many quarters are there in 1? How many quarters are there in 2? Remember, there are 4 quarters in 1, so there are 8 quarters in 2. 4 divided by a quarter is 8. So dividing by a quarter is like multiplying by 4. Okay, 4 to the 8. So that's the rationale for changing to multiplication and flipping the divisor when you are dividing fractions.